Hello, hello, hello. Assalamu alaikum. Jianu, pakhair agale, ni hao ma, chune shumme, washmale, ohai gonzaimas, guten morgen. Hi, hugs and hellos to everybody who's tuned into PT World and watching World this morning, alongside Shazad and Maha Makdoum. Hello, Maha, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Walaikum assalam and assalamu alaikum to all our viewers out there. Shazad, what's going on today?
Okay, so today, as
I
you
always
know,
ask you what's going on. I already know what's going on, but share with us.
yeah, that's brilliant. But as a matter of fact, since it's Tuesday and it's getting colder and colder, so I think there's one thing which I want to actually say to everybody who's out there: please look after your kids. Because the only reason is because it's not raining, so it's all dry out there, and everybody's getting sick. Even I've got a sore throat, and then the cough started.
Better than yesterday, dude. Yesterday your voice was completely.
Yeah, well, yesterday my voice was actually not there, but then I think what we need to do is that probably we need to make sure that our kids are warm and they do not walk around barefoot as well, because they're going to get sick. But other than that, since it's December and on 25th of December it is a very historic day.
The cold inside shivering.
And on 25th of December it is a very important day for the history. I mean, for everybody over here in Pakistan and outside the globe as well.
Exactly, because the thing is, it's something that had an effect on the whole world. And right now, Pakistan is at a position where it can be a source of hope and inspiration for a lot of people that are suffering out there. For example, the Palestinians don't even have their own state. So, we need to be really grateful. And as, PTV World have decided that up until Qaid Azam's birthday, 25th of December, we will be trying to re-emphasize the qualities and the values that he tried to teach us, and why was this country made?
Because he as a leader taught us quite a lot of things, and in our daily routine we do not really tend to practice them as well.
No.
So what we are doing is that we are going to give you a revision of what he said. So we've got a simple and an amazing quote by Qaid Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah to share with you guys. Let's go, let's take a look at it. What does it say? Go ahead. All right, so it says Pakistan not only means freedom and independence, but the Muslim ideology which has to be preserved, which has come to us as precious gift and treasure, and which we hope others will share with us.
So Pakistan not only means freedom and independence, but the Muslim ideology which has to be preserved, which has come to us as a precious gift and treasure, which we hope others will share with us.
Amazing that is. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the quote we have shared today. And ideology, obviously, for every country, there's an ideology behind its existence. And, Pakistan came to us with a Muslim ideology, and that's what we have to preserve as well. Are we doing it or not? That's a question for you guys.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think that's enough for our lecture today and our service for you guys. So, Shazad said about the cold, and you said you're getting ill and everything.
Yeah.
Even I've seemed to have developed a dry cough because, there's just this weather and my skin is super dry all the time.
And this
even
is what
if
happens in winters. This is what happens in winters as well, that, most of the time, for all those people who do not apply creams and,
even if you do,
they do have sensitive skins. But, since it's not even raining and then we're not in a habit of using all of those, what do we call it? There's this machine.
What is this?
When you use heater, you're supposed to use
humidifier.
Yeah, humidifier.
Yes.
So we're not even using them as well. So majority of the time what happens is that you could actually see that, your skin's getting drier and drier, and there are white marks on it as well.
Yeah.
And then other than that, there are a lot of people who suffer from eczema as well, which gets worsened over here in winters.
Exactly.
So today what we have done is that we have dedicated a show towards all of those people who think, because skin is the largest organ of your body, and that's what we are going to discuss today, what happens in winters and how to stop it or control it.
Exactly. And one more thing as well, which I think a lot of people will be interested in, is that if you don't look after your skin, will age quicker and worse. So how do we stay young as well? So that's one of my main questions.
And whenever we talk about staying young, there's one formula which I apply, and that is eat boiled eggs.
Okay, let's see if that's one of
works.
the
12, 13
suggestions.
at least in the morning without the yolk.
Okay, so let's discuss all these things. So we've been very lucky. We have been joined by Dr. Uzma Ali. She is the head of Department of the Dermatology at Capital Hospital. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Thank you.
Besides Dr. Uzma Ali, we've been joined by Dr. Bushra Nadeeb. She is a consultant dermatologist at Leprosy Hospital, Rawalpindi. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning.
Good
Thank you so
morning.
much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Besides Dr. Bushra Nadeem, we've been joined by Dr. Noreen Sarfaraz. She is a dermatologist at Military Hospital. Assalamu alaikum, good morning.
And
Thank
it's
you so much
always
for
so
joining
wonderful
us.
to be surrounded by such beautiful and qualified women early in the morning. for me.
Exactly.
I'm blessed.
Yes, you are. So I will let you consider
Yeah,
how
oh.
blessed you are, and I will start the
Yes,
conversation.
okay, so this is what I'm going to do now because of the fact that it's winters and we're not even saying that, that the winters have started, so we're somewhere midway in the winters as well. Now, before we say that, these are the most common problems people are facing, I think I would love to hear from you guys that what are the basic and the most common problems people face or suffer from.
Yes, Dr. Asma.
Yeah. Thank you and Assalamu alaikum everybody. Assalamu alaikum everyone. As we are going to discuss what happens with the change of season. So the main transition is from summers to winters, and it's the largest transition you see every year, and especially for our geographical area. If you are in tropics, you won't find that problem. We are blessed to be living in a geographical area or in a country where you have a vast temperature zone difference, because it's good to have a full summer and it's good to feel the whole winter. But skin being the largest organ and the most visible organ, it's the most affected with winters. And as you go towards the northern areas of Pakistan, the changes or the climatic effect gets worsened.
Okay.
And especially this year, it has been very serious because there have been no rains, there's no humidity, it's extremely dry, and we are just dry and our skins are cracking. And despite, as Maha mentioned, despite the fact that you're applying so many moisturizers, you're still dry, you're cracking, you're turning gray.
Yeah, that's what I've, and also especially if the darker your skin is, the grayer it gets. But anyway, but let me, before we move on to what are the different, things people's illnesses or conditions people are suffering with, I'll ask Dr. Bushra, what is the difference between having just skin irritability because of weather change, but then skin diseases? Is there a difference?
Yeah, there is a difference between skin irritability and skin disease. Anybody who has a dry skin is prone to get irritants and more irritants by allergens and irritants. And anybody having disease, it is genetic based or familial based.
Okay.
So, but in both mechanism, there is loss of hydration in the skin.
Okay.
The skin has an outermost layer that is stratum corneum. It has got ceramide that is a protective layer, and that once protects the hydration of the skin. And once that hydration is lost, then you get all the invaders like viruses, irritants, bacteria, secondarily infections, and everything.
Okay, moving on. So who's more prone to getting all of these diseases in winters or whenever the season is changing?
Well, it depends. The people who carry the more sensitive skin, they are more prone to have a skin allergies, eczema, and it is also specified to a specific age, like for the extreme of life conditions like children. They are more prone for infectious diseases and genetic disorders, while in geriatrics you find the skin manifestations mainly due to the internal malignancies or internal skin diseases.
Right.
All right, but what type of different viruses are there? You were just telling us about different viruses.
Yeah.
So different viruses which can affect the skin. I mean, this is for the very first time that I'm hearing this word virus for skin. So yeah, let's talk about them.
Dr. Bushra.
Okay. This is a very common virus, is a herpes simplex. It causes herpes simplex virus causes herpes simplex on the skin.
Okay, what is that? Describe it.
Basically, it is a group of confined blisters, and you can get on the skin around the lip area or around any part of the area. It is grouped and it is confined to the localized area. It causes itching, blisters, soreness. Then there is
How do we get that though? Like, how does one?
through aeronasal infection through inhalation.
Okay.
And then there is varicella zoster virus that causes chickenpox in the children or at the first contact.
Okay.
Then there is the same virus causes herpes zoster that is due to the secondary infection. The virus gets dormant in the nerve ganglions, and once you are exposed to the virus for the second time, you do not get chickenpox, you get the herpes virus.
Okay.
Chickenpox is a monomorphic blistering disorder. It's polymorphic blistering disorders.
Which we do not know what it is.
Yeah,
that is-
Polymorphic.
you get all type of skin lesions like the papules, pustules, and blisters,
Oh, gosh,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah, and it is generalized. It is on the whole body, even in the mucous membranes.
Okay.
And okay,
continue.
yeah, herpes zoster usually involves the nerves, so it is localized to the dermatome, to the course of the nerves. Sometimes, if the patient is immunocompromised or suppressed, then more of
So
the
if the immune system is weak
Yeah.
or compromised,
Yeah.
you need
The
to start
nerves
using
have it.
layman terms.
yeah,
Your housewives, students, and
Yeah.
like kids are watching
so
this.
the virus gets reactivated, and the nerves get reactivated. You get blisters on the localized forms, on the
wonderful.
localized part
And
of the
you know,
body.
it's great to tell someone to be less professional, so we can understand. It's great. But let me also as well. Okay, so these are very severe. Forms of skin problems which are in line with other issues, health issues. But in regards to specifically skin, like Shazad mentioned in the introduction, that eczema, that's one thing that we suffer from a lot, and even the dry skin. So let's start from the most basics, because you can put coconut oil on or coconut butter, and it's not working. Like within an hour, you're dry again.
So if we just simplify it for our audience here,
Yeah.
skin problems in winters will be skin issues for people with normal skin and skin problems for people already suffering from some kind of skin disease.
Okay.
So if coming to the normal population, which most of us belong to, number one, you'll feel extreme dryness.
Okay.
How to prevent it? Extreme dryness, we are all familiar with it. You get that stretchy feeling after washing or after doing wuzu or after bathing. How do you prevent it? Number one, you have to change the choice of your cleaning agent.
Okay.
So whatever soap or liquid or whatever you're using to wash yourself, kindly change it to an oil-based one or a soap-free agent which is not stripping your skin of your natural oils.
Right.
Number two, make sure that after every bath you are applying some kind of good cream or moisturizer to your body. For that, you do not have to go for a very expensive, flashy kind of branded thing. Simple things like liquid paraffin, petroleum jelly, coconut oil, mustard oil, which is commonly used in
olive oil, because people.
That's also-
that's good.
That's very good. That's a very easily available. But honestly, in our country, it's not very inexpensive product. So
Okay.
the most inexpensive products for Pakistan would be liquid paraffin, petroleum jelly, mustard oil, which is freely available, and our population can easily use it.
Exactly.
Number two is that people who are exposed to cold and windy conditions,
Yes.
like young children going to school in the morning, your hawkers,
People who are probably on motorbikes.
motorbikes, bicycles, farmers who are working outdoors, simple people who are hawkers who have these roadside stalls. So they really have to protect their skins. They might have to reapply their moisturizers and emollients every couple of hours. And another thing, for young females or people who are using sunblocks, you do not stop using sunblocks in the winters. You have to continue using it, though you might need to change the choice of your product from a water-based product to a slightly oil-based product. So this was for normal people. And similarly, another interesting thing is that people tend to have more dandruff in winters in their
On the
scalps,
skin?
on their
Scalp,
scalps, yeah. Interestingly, dandruff is not a disease of dry skin. We have a concept of that being khushki. It's not khushki, it's a disease of oily skin. What happens is that we are covering our scalps with woolen caps or shawls, and then we are not washing that frequently. So our scalp is oilier than normal, than what we have in summers, and as a result we develop dandruff or flakiness on the scalp. So for that, over-the-counter products are perfectly fine, but if you're not getting controlled by the OTC products, you can simply ask your family physician or a dermatologist sitting in any tertiary care center, so you can
Just ignore it, because we have a system of who asks the questions next. And Shazad's breaking that rule, so I'm going to ask the question.
No,
Because
come on,
it's
man,
linked,
don't
it's
do
linked,
that.
It's linked.
Yeah, okay,
So I
go
have to. So so that's the external aspect of it. So let me move on to you. In regards to the intake, so what should we be eating if we are sufferers of, we have normal skin, then we'll move on to the people who suffer from
diseases.
So for normal skin people who are suffering from dryness, what should we be eating?
Because half of the time, adding on to that, we are so fond of eating curry, we're so fond of eating
that's
parathas and
Exactly.
desi ghee and whatnot.
Because
and
we're so fond of it.
Yeah.
So there are many factors. By taking the basic preventive measures, basic skincare methods or routine products, if we add it in our life, we can get prevention from many skin disorders. And these depend both external and internal factors that you have mentioned before already.
Right.
So
What should we be
basically,
eating
we have to
specifically?
hydrate our skin from inside to out.
Yeah.
And we have to drink a lot of water for it.
Okay, now we've got three experts here. How
Okay.
much water do you recommend?
I will recommend it at least from 8 glasses to maximum 12 glasses a day.
Okay.
It varies.
winters.
It varies. It varies.
In
different
winters or
like
throughout
in
the
summer,
year?
you need a
How
lot
big
of
should the glass be,
hydration
though?
and you need a lot of water. While in winter,
Okay,
it
this is a
varies
serious
as well.
question. I'm being
Yeah.
very
It
serious.
should be
How
about
much water should we
200
be-
ml.
200
ml. 8 servings of 200 ml
Minimum.
of fluid.
Okay.
So it's not only water.
And it can be
let
any
me
type of
clarify.
fluid, it can
yeah,
be
it
cold
should be a
range.
non-caffeinated
Or
fluid.
a
So that's
non-caffeinated.
important, Shazad.
Because
it should
in
be a
winter we are more prone to
non-caffeinated
have the,
manner. So
hot
what of
periods,
coffee
yeah.
and tea and Pepsi and
Yeah,
cold drink.
sorry,
Thank
now
you very
continue.
much for doing all of that, Brendan.
Okay, yes, sorry,
Because
continue.
in winter we are more prone to have the coffee and tea. They further add dehydration.
Okay.
So we should drink a lot of water and we should sleep at least 7 hours each
Okay,
night.
and in regards to actual specific foods, what should we be eating?
Okay,
in the winter?
then we should have the food which are very hydrating one,
Hydrating food,
and like we should have watermelon, oranges, kiwi fruits, walnuts, yogurts. They just reduce your wrinkles. People just minimizes your crowfeet around your eyes, which shows the skin is
So sorry,
aging.
walnuts?
Sorry,
What
walnuts.
Jesus kind of going? Great.
Yeah,
Okay,
walnuts
Then
and,
we're all getting older. Shazad, stop laughing.
Well, the two things which I wanted to ask before we move on towards what we should eat or what we
Okay.
should not.
What?
That is,
Which
it,
is?
you know, what happens in winters is that your skin tone obviously gets darker. And then the second thing is that we're so fond of taking hot showers that it does have an effect on our skin
It
as well.
strips, your,
Definitely.
it strips your
Strips
natural
Exactly.
oil.
We, want
Moisturizer.
to, we will get these answers, but we need to go for a short break. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere because I know that all of you are fond of taking hot showers in winters. In fact, in summers too. So please don't go anywhere. And people like me were a bit fairer. They get a bit darker as well. So that's a bit of my concern.
Shock horror. So stay tuned. What will happen?
Good morning.
मिल्लत का पासबां है मोहम्मद अली जिना, मोहम्मद अली जिना। मिल्लत का पासबां है मोहम्मद अली जिना।
Welcome back, everyone. And before the break, we are discussing our skins and the state they're in this dry weather. And Shahzad is really concerned that it's getting darker, as is the worry of many ladies in Pakistan.
It's perfectly all right. Please, come on. Don't be gender biased. It's perfectly all
I'm
right.
just
I
jealous,
mean, you
right?
can be concerned about it, but it's all right. So, ma'am, moving on to with my question. The first one is obviously in winters you get a darker skin tone, you know, and then the second part is that when we take hot showers, it does have an effect on our skin. So, what are those effects, and then why does our skin get darker?
So coming to
I can tell you why asking it's darker, because we're Pakistani and we're brown.
coming to the first part of your question, we tend to get slightly tanner in the winters because number one, we are sitting more in sun. During summers, our sun is so harsh, we try to avoid sun. So in winters, we love to sit in the sun and have oranges, which is a very good thing to have.
Okay.
And it really helps your skin. But if you're sitting in sun without sunblock, which we tend to omit during the winter months, you're going to get tanner. Number two is when your skin is getting drier and you're losing your natural oils from your skin. As you mentioned, a hot shower is going to strip your skin of its natural oils. So what you're going to do is to prevent it, you are going to turn your shower slowly towards the colder side till a temperature your body can accept. So the final rinse should be an acceptably cold water.
Okay.
So
What
another
effect
thing,
will that have? What effect will that have?
it would, what happens is that a hot shower usually it removes or it straightens up the scales on the stratum corneum or the last layer of skin. A cold shower will
The
close
epidermis,
it.
right?
Yeah, the outer layer of epidermis.
Yeah, I
And the cold shower is going to close it down. And that's true for hair cuticles as well. It's going to push it back. Another thing is that if you're not taking a shower through a shower head and you're taking a bath from a bucket, when it's just last 1/3 of the bucket, you can add any kind of oil, a good baby oil or
a
a
good
mineral
idea.
oil, olive oil, and just mix it with your bathing mug and have a final rinse with that.
No, but then you will feel sticky all day
No,
long.
if you're using olive oil or a baby oil, you won't feel sticky.
Baby oil actually is
And
quite
how much
good.
oil are we supposed to use?
Just like a couple of tablespoons,
Okay.
2 or 3 tablespoons. That's
Okay,
it.
that's quite a lot, actually.
I think
No, it isn't. For
first
half
of
a
all, I
bucket,
think
it's
I'll
not.
have to buy a bucket and then get the oil too.
I'm sure your mother has a bucket somewhere in the house. I refuse to believe a Pakistani house doesn't have a bucket. But moving forward, like Shahzad said, it's about the showering, etc. Because it is really cold. Now, can we move on to the food stuff now?
Yeah, sure,
Okay,
why
great.
not?
So, Dr. Bushra, I want to get the technological aspect because you're very good at that. Now, the fruits that are in, we've already mentioned some of them, which are oranges. That's good for your skin. It's good for keeping your body hydrated. It's got liquid in too. What other foods should we be eating, and especially the children? What should we be feeding them?
And then the effects of having dry fruits as well in winters.
Because we've mentioned the dry fruits.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Technically speaking, the vitamins which are fat soluble like A, D, C and E, they are good for the skin as well and for the general health. Vitamin A is an antioxidant. It keeps you young and anti-aging. And the food which are rich in vitamin A, carrots, green leafy vegetables and egg yolks, proteins, milk. These contain, milk is not very rich in vitamin A, but other stuff is, especially carrots, is very rich in vitamin A. So children, it also affects your eyesight. It causes night blindness. So it is very essential for the children even to have supplement amount of vitamin A intake.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Great.
Vitamin D also very essential vitamin as it is essential for the bones and for the formation of calcium. So vitamin D we can get plenty from the sun. Again, it is also plenty in the milk and green leafy vegetables such as spinach. And if you eat the vegetables raw, then it is more effective rather than cooked.
Because we brunify them, we overcook them.
Yeah.
I don't know the English word for that.
We overcook
They
it.
don't
Overcook and you get
We overcook
you
it.
lose very
Okay.
essential vitamins.
Yeah, but over here,
just a
effect of dry fruits as well.
Vitamin E is rich, the dry fruits, they are rich in vitamin E. And vitamin E is very essential for the general general well-being of the skin. And it keeps your skin hydrated, moisturized, and the glowing effect is
Okay, but over here, I want to bust another myth as well, and that is that they say that if you sit under the sun, you'll get the vitamin D as well, and whatnot. But now, what the people say is, I mean, in the West, people say that obviously, if you're going to go wear your clothes, only your hands and, for example, if your face is just getting the sun, the entire body is not going to get vitamin D as well.
But
Is it
can
right?
get-
Is it wrong?
No,
what
it
are
can
we
get
supposed to do?
exhaust from any part which is exposed.
Yeah.
Usually,
And then
if-
it'll go to all the other parts as well, or it won't?
yeah, it will go to the other parts
Yes, the
because it.
brain. Sorry, continue.
Okay. Then another essential vitamin
No,
is.
no, explain how it goes. Like, so, it's so for example, people who wear hijab or are not allowed to see
Yeah,
exposed
if
skin.
you-
So their face.
If you're totally covered, definitely, then the vitamin D is not going to get absorbed,
Yeah.
and then you get bone problems like
So I'll probably have to find a
osteomalacia
beach now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So and then-
osteoporosis, that is the breakdown of the bone. Your bone gets fragile and you get fractures and everything. That is due to the lack of vitamin D.
Okay.
And so it is very essential, at least for everybody, to expose himself or herself to the normal sun for 10 to 15 minutes only, really.
And there's a specific time during the day. up
Usually
until-
you should avoid 10 to 2 a.m. To p.m. sun because it's very harsh and it causes aging.
So it should be done earlier because later
Early
I've
morning,
heard there's
yeah.
no effect.
Yeah,
Okay.
the evening and the early morning. That's
Okay,
better.
wonderful.
Because
Fascinating.
UVB and UVB you can get throughout the days, but the very harsh effects of UVA and UVB are seen through.
Okay,
10
and if, for example, if we have applied sunblocks, even then the vitamin D is going to come in or no?
No, usually it doesn't. But the effect of sunblocks get replaced or diminished in 3 hours. So after, if you're applying a sunblock, it's going to stay for the whole day. You have to replace your.
So then that means that all of those people who are marketing sunblocks saying that it stays there for 48 hours and 24
No,
hours.
no, there is
they're
no
lying?
sunblock. No, no.
Okay, let me
Oh
ask.
my
Okay, so
God.
Dr. Azhar, let me ask you this. So let's talk about the sunblock and this vitamin D because that also has an effect
Yeah.
on the skin. So you've applied the. Now, in regards to applying sunblock, do we put it on before or after we've moisturized?
You put it after you have moisturized.
After you've moisturized.
And if, as females are fond of wearing makeup, so it should be underneath your makeup.
Okay.
It should be the base layer, and then you can put whatever makeup you want to put on it.
Wonderful.
And coming back to the discussion that was already going on, well, for people living in the west or northern part of the world, near the poles, they don't have sunlight like we have. So Shahzad, coming back to your comment that you really don't, in our part of geographical area, you don't have to undress to get a lot of vitamin D from the sun.
Yeah.
The thing is that we are regularly exposed to intense sunlight every morning. So even if our 10% of body area or 15% or 20% of body area is exposed to sun, that is fine to absorb sun, vitamin D from the sun. Then this vitamin D through blood is carried to kidneys where it is converted into a special molecule that the body can use.
Okay, great.
And vitamin D alone is not sufficient. There should be enough calcium intake.
So that it can get absorbed.
Yeah,
right?
to reinforce your bones.
Okay.
So if you're not taking calcium and you're just sitting in the sun or sunbathing, it's not going to work.
Okay, but then at the
Thank you for
same
doing
time,
that. That's so
it's fine for me because half of the time people out there, I don't know whether how you live when you guys are at home, but half of the time I get abused by my mom because of the fact that I'm not wearing proper clothes anyway. So I'm getting quite a lot of vitamin D.
Okay, well, you have very strong bones.
Yeah, but
well done.
okay. Now talking about people are habitual of having vitamin intakes as well in the form of capsules. So are there any good vitamins for skin which we can use all day long? I mean, I think we'll start from you and then
Okay,
we'll come
sure.
over here.
Well, there are a lot of multivitamins available in the market, especially for your hair, skin, and nails. And we should get the vitamins which are rich in vitamin like zinc,
So first of
And-
all, you're going to get vitamin if you are rich. And
No,
those
there are
vitamins
different
which you are getting should be rich in. Yes.
There are different, brands available in the market which are affordable. You can have it. Then the range varies. There are very good pharmaceutical companies and their products, and they are really affordable. We can have it. So basically, we have to take care while having it that it should be rich in the zinc. Otherwise, there are different brands available which you get by the name of that, especially for hair, skin, and nails.
Yeah, I've got one of those specifically for hair, skin, and nails, but we can't say it because it's marketing. Now, I'd like to ask Dr. Uzma, zinc. What's the importance of zinc and magnesium? I'm always hearing about women talking about magnesium and zinc.
So, Maha, zinc and magnesium are minerals,
Okay.
or they are trace elements that our body needs to run its normal daily routine.
Okay.
They are not vitamins, number one. There are other minerals like copper and selenium that our body really needs and our skin needs. So, zinc is found from food source as well, and if you are deficient in it, then you can have a supplement as well.
Okay.
I would like to mention through this program and emphasize on the on a healthy diet rather than going and popping a pill.
Which is cheating, kind of,
Which
in a
is
way.
yeah,
Popping a pill.
popping a pill. It's better to have the fruits and vegetables available or produced in that season because it's a nature's way of providing us with what we need in that season. For example, in summers we have a lot of watermelons and cucumbers
And
because
mangoes.
yeah, because they have a lot of water content and we need to stay more hydrated as we are dehydrating. In winters, we have grapefruits and all kinds of oranges. Pomegranate. They have vitamin C because we need more vitamin C to keep our immunity boosted and to a level not to catch infections. So that's nature's way of helping us. So the best thing would be to have a regular diet, follow a healthy diet style.
Okay.
If you want to have carrots, please don't cook them in oil or ghee to make a halwa out of it. Please try to munch them raw or eat them as
Or
a vegetable.
stir-fry.
Or just get the juice out and then just
yeah,
drink it.
oh yeah.
Or you can like
So-
steam it or stir fry.
There's
correct?
nothing wrong with popping a pill of multivitamins and minerals as they are very essential, but only if you are sick.
Okay, now let's talk. Now let's get a bit more specific because we do have a little bit of time. I want to highlight because everyone talks about let's eat seasonal fruits. Whoever you go to, unless your mother's very knowledgeable or your grandmother knows, not many people have a wide knowledge of what is available in Pakistan on the different seasons. So we'll go through everyone and we'll start with you, Dr. Uzma. So we have pomegranates
Pineapples.
and grapefruit. We don't have pineapples in the
You
winter.
don't get pineapples.
It clearly doesn't go to
Only
the
in
grocery
Karachi.
shop.
Karachi you do
In
it.
Karachi. Okay, well there you
Because
go.
it's tropical.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what else should we be eating in the winter?
Green leafy vegetables. We have a lot of spinach and palak and saag in winters.
Okay.
So it's very good to eat
Okay,
it.
so and what else?
Okay.
Eggs.
Okay.
And
But
the whole,
fruits.
the whole of the egg, or just the yolk,
Well,
or the white?
if-
You know, people.
Let's come to that as well. If you have a normal cholesterol level and you don't have a very bad family history of heart diseases, hypertension, or coronary artery disease, or hypercholesteremia, then there's nothing wrong with having a whole egg every day.
Okay.
You don't say no to certain things that no, they're high in cholesterol. Having a full egg daily is not going to harm you. In fact, it's going to help you.
Okay. And I've heard this as well. This was a few years ago on the UK morning show as well. So that's why I was a bit curious.
You know, there's one more thing before we move on to Dr. Bushra over here, and that is that, you know, half of the time over here in Pakistan, we were habitual of treating our own selves at our homes. So mothers, you know, would come up with the idea that, okay, you know, if you've got a skin problem, why don't you just rub the orange peel on your skin and it will help? Or probably, you know, the banana peel and it will help. Or
Lemon peel will help you get lighter
or
if you want.
lemon or whatnot. I mean, they've been using lemon to wash like cutlery. So why would we want to use lemon on our skin anyway? So yeah, let's talk about that
Yes,
too.
tell us about this. Oh yeah, let's talk about the natural remedies. So Dr. Bushra, what is the benefits of like lemon peel? Like people, you
Or
rub
putting on
lemon.
cucumbers on your eyes. I mean, people have been doing it for so long, but I could see all of those
It
dark
works.
spots over there.
I'll tell you why. They'll tell
Yeah.
you. They're the experts.
Lemon is basically a natural bleaching agent.
See, bleaching
Yeah.
it.
See?
Yeah, it is a very strong astringent at will.
Okay.
So if you, but it is also a very strong irritant.
Okay.
So
See?
if you have to,
See?
Yeah, great. We're learning.
so if you have to apply on the skin directly, some people do not get the reaction, but some people get irritated, itchy, flaky skin with that.
And is
So-
it bad to put lemon on your skin?
No, it is not bad to put lemon, but you have to mix it with some emollient, some cream, some glycerine, like natural ingredients, rose water, to dilute the effect.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
And what's the other one?
I mean,
you
the
said?
orange peels that, you know, if you rub it on some part of your
It's-
skin.
oh, yes.
Yeah, they
it
do
will
work.
get
Yes,
better.
Yes, Dr. Noreen. you
Yeah,
were saying.
a few people have sensitive skin, like they are not prone to it. Like if you apply, as she already told, lemon peel or something else, it might irritate their skin. They might get blisters, itching, redness, some kind of this stuff. So basically, you should consult your doctor if you are having some kind of issues. They will guide you if you are having a sensitive skin, which kind of products or things products you should use, and if you have a dry skin, then what products you should use, and for the oily and acne prone skin, there are different products available in the market for that.
One more thing.
Wait. Before you do,
Yeah,
Dr.
go
Azmal
ahead.
would like
Go
to
ahead.
add.
Well, the thing is that there's nothing wrong. If you are using in mediocrity, there's nothing wrong in doing all these totkas, as they do help, mustard oil and these peels
Okay,
and
they do help.
Maida.
no, besan,
It's not Maida. Sorry,
But one thing, please do try your hands on with the totkas, but don't use the over-the-counter products, especially the steroid creams that are available over the counter. Don't try them. There's no harm in trying orange peels or lemon peels or banana peels, but please don't use the
No, but other
steroid
than this,
creams.
we get more stupid. I mean,
No,
towards
no,
the
it's
end,
not
you know,
that. Let me tell
okay,
you,
what
it's
happens?
very-
Listen,
Yeah.
you know what they say? Okay, you know, I got this mud from some special place. If you're going to put it on your
That's
face,
so right.
yeah, if you put it on your face, it'll be fine. And then you
I
know,
have
there's another
clay
myth,
from
and then there's this other myth that is that, you know, for example, for all those people who get pimples. Early in the morning, before having your breakfast, if you get up and put your spit on I've literally heard it.
Okay, that's a lie. Someone is
We were
lying.
asking them.
Oh, God.
The mud and then the spit. Okay?
Please. I can tell you that, not even having a
Let
medical.
me just ask them. Yeah, go
So
ahead.
coming to the mud part, the mud or the
Let's just dismiss the second
No.
one. Because
Let them say whether it's right or
oh,
not.
please hurry up, tell him.
clean clay is used in a lot of products as a tightening agent for the skin or a deep cleansing agent. It's called cleansing. It's called cosmetic clay. It's present in masks, and we can also make it at home by mixing some multani mitti with milk or water
Multani
or rose
mitti,
water.
yes.
So there's nothing wrong with it. But coming to the second part, Shahzad, please don't even try it.
No, I don't have pimples, thank God. But I've literally...
And please don't suggest that. Half of the
I'm not
Pakistan will be
suggesting.
using that
Exactly.
totka you are telling
You know
it's
us.
a
what, you
myth
know,
busted, guys. The
I'll
second
tell
one
you
is
why
the
they
myth
told you
busted.
that, because they would probably cause more spots and they wanted you to get ugly.
No, it's not for me. It's not
We're
for
allowed
me.
to get you.
I mean, there was this guy, you know, who said that, you know, this is what I've been doing and, you know, it helped. So I think one of our producers, Mr. Vakas, needs to do this as well.
Oh, that's so mean. Anyway,
Sorry.
okay, so we have time for a couple of questions before we wrap up the show, and some really important ones. We're talking about the myths and about all these home remedies, so let's talk about that, because it's so much easier, and this is, you know, it's not that we're getting stupid, it's just so much easier, especially with the day-to-day routines, and especially with the mothers and fathers working these days. It's easy to go over the counter, get the cream, put it on, and see the results straight away. With these home remedies, you have to make it, and then it's at least 6 weeks before you see a thing. So if you are in one of those, you know, maybe financially you can't afford these things, you've tried the creams over the counters, they're not working, what is the best natural remedy to kind of, for the women out there, let's talk about them first, to kind of tighten up the pores and, you know, kind of get rid of wrinkles? That's the personal thing. Question?
So for the wrinkles, prevention is the best thing.
Okay. So how do you prevent? Because we have all these preventative creams and they don't work.
And the prevention is not through the preventive creams. It's basically you start using a good sunblock from your late teens. That is going to
that
help
should
you.
sail the whole time.
Prevention of wrinkles does not start when you have turned 40 or 50.
No.
Then whatever you're going to do is a treatment for that.
Yeah.
And as you grow older, the treatment is going to be more aggressive, it's going to be more invasive, and it's going to be more expensive. So what you're going to do is you're going to teach your daughters and your cousins.
Because it's too late for us now.
No, it's not too late. You can even start it now to use a good regular sunblock, starting from their late teens. This is-
SPF, you know, SPF 50 what?
No, anything above 30.
It's fine.
Ideally 60 for a fair person in our tropical geographical area would be fine.
And then one last thing, what is the right method of applying the cream on our face?
Okay.
Probably you, yeah.
There are different kind of creams for different types of skin. For like dry skin, you have to use a cream which is having more oil content or a rich moisturizer.
How do we apply it?
Okay, first you have to clean your hands before applying any kind of makeup or face product on your cream. And for different kind of, if you have any skin disorder, then you have to consult your doctor. Like for acne prone skin, you have to use the products having salicylic acid in the cream. When you apply the cream on the face, try to massage it a bit in a circular fashion so that there's more increased blood flow there, and it helps your skin to stay smooth, firmer, and you look more younger.
Okay, great. Actually, we've run out of time, but I would like to ask Bashir one last thing, because this was in our notes and one of our viewers wanted to know. Is psoriasis a skin disease, and is it affected in the winter as well? Can you just quickly tell us, just very quickly?
Okay. Psoriasis is not, psoriasis is a multifactorial inflammatory condition. It has a genetic basis, environmental factors also factored it, but basically it's in your genes.
It's in your genes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And we've
you
actually
can't
run out
help
of
it.
time, but
Yeah,
thank
you
you
can't help
so
it.
much.
But
So
many
we're
factors
out.
Okay.
We'll talk about this next time. But thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I hope you guys got lots of information. I know I learned a lot. And we will try and get these ladies back on the show in the winter to talk more on this.
So please make sure that you guys are not putting your spin on your pimples. And with that, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen, that was,
God.
I mean, obviously that wasn't a public service message, but you know, when we come down towards the line where we have to
Which
give
we
a
gave at the
public
beginning of the
service message,
show.
we gave it at the beginning of the show, and that is, please look after your babies. Make sure that they're not walking around bare feet as well, and do not make sure that they're not sitting right in front of the heaters all day
Yeah,
long.
going in from hot and cold. But with that, log on to our Facebook fan
Which
page,
is with the name of World This Morning,
Twitter page,
World This Morning with Other G,
Daily Motion and YouTube page.
World This Morning, and
the
World This
repeat.
Morning,
Repeat.
5 past 11 p.m.
And we will see you bright and early tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.
Good morning.
का एतमाद है, इस पर पीपल्स पार्टी का एतमाद है, इस पर आवाम का एतमाद है।
पाकिस्तान पीपल्स पार्टी ने हमेशा अदलिया का एहतराम किया है और हम अदलिया का एहतराम करते हैं, करते आए हैं, करते रहेंगे। जमहूरी